So hello guys and welcome to this channel. Analysis have shown that 93% of you who are watching this video have not subscribed to our channel. You can help us grow by subscribing, sharing and commenting on this video, and also recommending things that you would want us to go through, any kind of software that you want us to look at, and perhaps the specific thing that you need to know about the software. So here we'll be going through the Photoshop, and I'll be opening Photoshop. So here the video is sponsored by Moshina Graphics, and here the Photoshop is welcoming us to welcome to Photoshop Mochina, and the video is sponsored by Mochina Graphics. So kindly subscribe to their channel. So with that, I would like us to go through Photoshop in just a few seconds, and we'll be going through the interface, and perhaps we'll be able to do one project, and that way I think we'll be having a bit of grasp of what Photoshop entails. So let's begin. Here, when you open your Photoshop, it will invite you to your interface, and also you get to access new files, open new files, you get home tab, and you get to run and your files shared with you and deleted files. Also here you get to access your recent files. With that, let's open a new file. Here is also very important because here you get to customize the size of your artboard or the size of your Canva. With that said, you need to know the size of your artboard or the Canva that you need to use so that you can be able to do a good design. If you're doing it for social media posts, it is good you do it 1080 by 1080 depending on the kind of platform that you intend to share. But here we are going to go with 1080 by 1080 orientation. Since it is a square, we don't need to concentrate on that, but here I will select portrait resolution. You can change them to maybe higher one, but here it will have no much in left, and then I can just click OK. Let's go back, click new, and then here you get to RGB. You can change it to CMYK if it is for printing work, but if you are sharing it online, ensure you use RGB. The grayscale is for special cases when you need it in white and black. Let's leave it here, RGB, and the bit I will not increase it because I don't want my laptop to crash. So I will be using 8 bits, but you can also use 32 bits. So here you can change them when you are using a good laptop. Here also you get to change the color profile, and you can change depending on how you know it. And here I don't color manage, and here you can change the color of your artboard, but here I don't need to change it. I love it white and I leave it white. So here there are people who use with different things, but I leave it in square pixel, and then I create my artboard. After that, I will change my workspace depending on the kind of thing that I need to design. For example, Photoshop can be used for varieties of things. You can use it to edit videos, to edit photos, to edit other things, and also to create posts or any kind of graphic work. But here it's good to know how to change your workspace. You need to go to Windows and Workspace, and here you can see there are different kind of workspaces. You can get to painting, you can get to motion where you can edit videos, and graphics and web where you can design your fries, posters, brochures and other things, and 3D where you get to model 3D characters. essentials, but here we need to go to graphics and web. After clicking that, it will change my interface to something like this. And now I can create my posts using this interface. But before we get started there, we need to know like our interface very well. So here in files, this is where you get to open to export into do other stuff like import script to save as a copy, close and open as. These are simple one like a Word document. Edit to get to several features like transform, fill, define patterns, Adobe PDF presets, and color setting also. After that, you go to image where you can adjust it. You can image size, canvas size, image rotation, duplicate, apply image, calculation, and other stuff. After that, you get to layers. And one of the important thing to know that Photoshop will require to have a good grasp of layers because you'll be working with layers for the most of the time. The most of the time that you'll be using Photoshop. So after that, you need to go to type, and here is you get to edit the kind of the types that you have used. Like for example, you can edit your type, your word, open type, and you get to do other things. You can change many things. Yeah, extrude to 3D, create work. So when here extruding to 3D, you get to create 3D words, but in a very simple way and not so complicated manner. In select, you get to select, deselect, reselect in parts, or raise, deselect raise, find raise, isolate raise, and arrange focus area, subject sky, and also you get an important tool that you get to use it, select and mask. With that, let's go to filter. So in the filter, this is where you get your effect, most of your effect, and here you can convert to shape filter, neutral filter, filter gallery adaptive wedge angle, camera raw filter, range correction, liquify, vanishing point, and you get to this effects 3D bra, or you can also change bra depending on what you want. Gaussian bra, range bra, motion bra, radio bra, shape bra, smart bra, and other kind. So in the filter tab, you get all these video, rasterize, sharpen, render, and all other things. In the 3D tabs, here you'll work with it when you're using 3D types of words or other things that are 3D, especially if you want to model anything 3D. And in view, you get to proof setup, proof color, command warning, pixel aspect ratio, zoom in, zoom out, fit on screen, fit share, and also print size, actual size, flip, horizontal, and turn preview. Here you get to interact with your software that way. And here in the plugins, you get to add plugins to your software for easy working with your software depending on what kind of research that you need to add to Photoshop. But I will recommend if you don't have a good laptop or a good computer, just avoid adding so many plugins so that your computer don't drag or don't get to be slow. So with that, let's get started. So first things first, you need to create a background here. There are so many people who work different ways. There are people who create here, they click here and they add a solid color and they will add here like that. I don't like it. I go back. There are those people like me that will create a rectangle and create here, and then they will select it, and then they will just select it, Canva, and then they will add it there. Then I will make it white depending on what I want. Then click white, click OK, select it again, come here, select white color, exactly like that. After that, I will come here to files, and then I will open, and then I open an image. Maybe perhaps if I had them, I see whether I have an image here, and then perhaps I have this one. I think this one will work for us. I will open my image and then convert to layer, then I drag it to my project like that. And then I go back to this, and then I select my image, Control T to transform it. I will enlarge it so that it can fit my artboard in that way. And then I select it and drag it, place it behind our rectangle background. And then I will select my rectangle, and then I will now try to to merge the rays in a good way. Maybe I can use hue if it will work for me, and then I think it will work good there. Color, let's go with color for this time, and then I think it's okay there. And then we select another rectangle, create another one, place it there, and for this time we'll just reduce opacity just a bit. So select layers, opacity, and then something like that. I think with that it will be so cool to work with it. So perhaps I'm creating a poster for maybe this tomb, and maybe perhaps I'm creating a poster for a church. Let's perhaps assume that we are creating for a church, and then I look for a logo that I've saved perhaps, or a poster that I can drag a logo from. So I just create for a church. Maybe it's a commission Thursday. I will just select this one, drag it here. Is a word, so I don't need to type so, and then cross this one. I don't need it. So the logo I will drag it and place it somewhere there. I needed a black one, but no worries, we're good. So on this word, after typing, I just change the color to something like black, like something like that, and I will just click OK. Change the type of font, and then the variation. I just select a build bold, and then I just click the T here to type. You can select the horizontal one or the vertical one depending on what you want. So I will select the horizontal one for this case and write invites you to invites you to. So select it again and place it where you think it should be. So for this case, I know like most of the brand colors will be from the logos, and I select now what I am about to write. Maybe perhaps it's a worship Wednesday. So I will write worship, Control T, then enlarge it, press it here, and then here made it to be caps. So there, and then I select this one, the color, then I pick color from here, and then click OK. So the color we're using is from the logo itself. Then I click the T again and write worship Wednesday. So for this case, I will remove this one and light Wednesday. like that. I think you should be cool with that. But now you should know how to type. Then I just select it, press it here, enlarge it a bit. But for this one, I just made it to be a bit black or white, depending on what I feel like. So for here, I change the something to that, and then I just click Ctrl T, just enlarge it a bit, depending on how I want it. Something like that is good for me. Change the color to something like white. White should work for us. If it doesn't, you know how to go about it. So after that, I think it's not much visible because our background is basically white. So just click here and click the effects, and then you add a drop shadow. Here you see now our word is more visible, but if you're not satisfied, you can add these ones to make it more visible. I will click OK, and then my word will be okay. After that, perhaps I will add my venue date and other things, but if I have them here, there is no need of typing. So I will just select here, select this one, click shift, select this one, select this one, select the rectangle, and then drag them, all of them here, and I press them here like that. So I have everything here. Maybe perhaps the only thing that I will change are the dates depending on when I think the event will be. So the event will be on 14th. So right, 14th. So click here, 14th of May 2025. With that, and then I will write Control T here, write welcome all. So this is a very simple design for all church designers, and you can follow along to learn more. If you need to learn about advanced graphics, kindly watch our other videos and you'll be able to learn more from them. Just click here, change something to black, then I click OK, I should be cool with all that. And then after that, I just select maybe a shape here, write a shape, come to a shape here. I may need to add a verse here, that is, and then I just make it not to have stroke, select it, and then change the corners to be rounded corners and not like that. Reduce it, increase, reduce it a bit to be something like that. But you should be cool with me. But now for consistency, I will select it, select here, and then I think that should work for us also. So with that, just only need to add a verse, and then I'll be cool with that. So you can go to your online if you have internet and write the verse you need here. And after you're done with that, then you can just adjust the brightness of your poster. And with that, I come and I change my workspace to photography, and then I select from where I want to add the brightness. I can just select from the rectangles and then add some brightness from there. The background should be more brightened, have more contrast like that, so that my poster can be a bit more clear and can communicate in a good way. After that, I will come here to the top, add another layer of brightness, add some good brightness, but ensuring that I don't lose my details here. And then I go back here to this one, try reduce some opacity and reduce a bit more of opacity. So I will ensure that I retain the brightness and make it a bit more and reduce some details that would make it to be distractive in a way. So with that, I think my poster should do accordingly. And then what I have to do is to save it. I will come to save, and then I click save as. I will write worship Wednesday, 14 May 2025. Then click save, click OK, click export now because you'll be sharing as a JPEG. So click export, you wait a bit, and then here you get to export your project in a very nice way. So it's loading our image here, and as it loads, you can subscribe to our channel. So it has loaded. So you just increase the quality to 7 and ensure it is in JPEG. Don't select any other thing. You can select PNG, but that is not for this case. So then click export and then click save, and you should be good with that. And with that, friends, goodbye and see you next time.